where do we see social CRM going in the next 2-3 years? Where are we going to be 3 years from now?
Yeah, it's just speaking for Microsoft, and Dean can probably expand a little bit too. The roadmap really shows that it's not going to be two separate things. It's Microsoft is making this now one platform that your CRM is just going to be plugged in on the social channel, whether it's LinkedIn or Yelp or whatever it is. And that's just going to be part of the process of implementing a CRM and driving adoption, is to provide the value of social insight into the system, for sure.
And I think it's also more channels as well.
Yeah.
We have, there was a discussion earlier in the IoT panel, cameras that are monitoring people that are standing in front of a product display in a store. And if someone is there for 30 seconds, or somebody picks up an item, puts it down, picks it up again, there's store clerks that are getting messaged on their phones, on their devices, to go and go to aisle 6 because there's somebody that's interested in that device. And so now you're starting to feed more data into CRM, so you're able to sell more effectively to the customers.
I mean, from the marketing component of things, it's just more and more important. Within the next year, you're going to start seeing a lot more of the conversations that are coming to you directly now go to social. And if you're not listening, you're going to miss that, and it's really going to affect your brand. So don't see social as like, oh, I need to have a certain number of fans, or I need to have a certain number of followers. It's not about the number of fans and followers or retweets. It's really, what is a conversation that your customer is having, and how can you then insert yourself into that conversation? How can they see you as kind of your advisor? From our side, that's what we want to be. We want to be their cloud advisor, their consultant, or if they need a certain specific product, how do you want them to then come to you and say, hey, do you guys carry this? You want to be able to have them come to you for advice, and then be able to say, hey, I got great service here, or I just bought this product, and start having that conversation firsthand before it goes too far.
I was just going to say one other thing that reminded me of a customer that we just wrapped up with. We're going to see social insight being used outside of the norm more and more. So just an example, we have a customer that they monitor all their products. And based on feedback about their products, that shapes what they do in the future. So they, a good example is they build a chemical that makes the dashboards of BMW 3 Series coupes. And they were watching social insights for the last 2 years. They saw complaints about the certain chemicals tarnishing the thing. Well, now their future says we're going to shape the chemical compound, and we're going to research into that issue, which they would have had no insight into before because they're not BMW. So they would never have seen those insights before. And I think we're going to see more and more of that as this goes forward.